Hey y'all, good morning. Good morning. See this? I got a gift from one of our viewers and I love her. And I want to remind you, see this? Clorox disinfecting wipes. Use it every day. See this mask? It's your choice. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. This one Becky made for me. How cool is that? This one, cold, flu, wipe everything down. I'm still being careful when I pump gas, when I go places, when I go through the post office doors. I'm watching everything, trying to be cautious because this stuff is real. I have a Times Courier in front of me and it says COVID spike increases ambulance calls. Can you imagine the ambulance, the police officers, the firefighters who have been dealing with this, the nurses, the doctors who have been dealing with this? When we look at the things that we're seeing in America where people want to cut the budgets of our police officers, they were already strapped to the max, and then these people are trying to defund them. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. But this is the weird thing to me. This is the Times Courier, and it's talking about education and supporting education, and it also talks about the results of the election. And I'm happy to say that sweet Kevin Johnson was on the show and he won, and Andrew Clyde was on the show and he won, and I really like both these guys. And to everybody who put their name out there, who put their heart out there, and who ran in the election, you may not have won this time, but thank you for running a good, clean campaign. For everybody who put themselves out there and said, you know, I'd like to have a chance at this. I'd like to have a shot at this. If you didn't win, but you did a clean campaign, congratulations to you. That's what it's about. We see so much mudslinging and craziness, and it's just not the way it should be. We should be nice to each other. Like Susan is nice to me. See these things? I got my mask from Becky, got my cleaning stuff from Susan, got this. I bought this actually at Costco. And it's cold, flu, and virus. This, Susan brought me a pretty today, and it says, "Thy will be done." You know, we might as well get used to it because His will be done. We have to face that. We have to live with that. If we see something that doesn't look like it's making us happy, we have to understand that the Lord is in control. We have to pray for Him to help us through whatever we're facing, and we have to accept His will. And today, Jasper is dealing with that. His will was to call a beautiful, beautiful lady home. She was, it blows my mind because she was always smiling, always happy. Sadly, after a 5-week horrible time in the hospital with COVID, Debbie passed away. Debbie Baldwin Ridings was a light in the community. She was a fantastic lady, and her service will be today. There are so many people, when I listen to the obituaries, and everybody is younger than me, it scares me because this stuff is real. So the cleaning products, the wiping products, the mask, whatever you do to keep your family safe, to keep yourself safe, if you're still working, and we're called essential workers if we're still working. If you're still working, just please show up at work and be cautious, be careful, and do what you can. My allergies have kicked up so bad in the last few days, and I've had all these allergy tests, and I'm allergic to everything. And one of the things I'm allergic to is tea. I'm not giving up tea. I love tea. I drink half and half tea with lemon all day long. So that may be why my allergies don't ever get any better. But I also want to ask you to say a prayer for a very, very special man in my life. He has been my dear friend for 20 years. He will preach my funeral. He and Travis will preach my funeral. They will be the ones that stand there and try to make y'all laugh and have some good memories about me. Matt Dibler, he was going to be on, excuse me, last week, but he's not feeling well, and we want to just say a prayer for him. He's going to be fine and dandy. Everything's going to be great, but just please say a prayer for Matt. He is one of those, he's always busy, always doing something. You might see him here preaching, you might see him here doing a singing, you might see him here coordinating something, always busy. So please say a prayer for him that he gets to feeling better. And we've had so many people who were tested for COVID and it all came back negative, everything's good, but you have those symptoms, you know, and one of our dear friends had a test last week. He was supposed to be on the show Wednesday and he tested negative. but he didn't feel well. He had some of those symptoms. So these allergies, the doctor said so many people are showing up with these symptoms that they're afraid that it's COVID, but it's because the bad allergies this year kind of mask themselves as some of the same things. And it's just like me, I've been wheezing like crazy. And honestly, I am allergic to everything. Everything they've tested, I've been allergic to. I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to, you name it, from dirt to trees to dogs to cats. They didn't test me for birds, but I bet I'm allergic to birds. So there's no telling. But when you get to feeling bad, quickly get it diagnosed and get it diagnosed to a point that you know, is it that serious stuff, or is it just the seasonal allergies? Is it just a cold? But get to the doctor and get taken care of. This, when I was looking in the paper and it was talking about the ambulance calls, you know, what if you are an ambulance driver and you make a call and you think somebody has pneumonia or somebody has this or somebody has that and it turns out to be COVID? We have to say a prayer for all these ambulance guys because they are out there. You talk about front runners, they are front runners. Because often if you show up at the scene of a horrific car accident, those are the first responders and they're there. And yesterday, please, please pray for this family. The lady lost her life. It was a sad, sad wreck on Highway 20. And it's right in an area where Vicki and I like to go to this certain restaurant down there. And we always go through this area and we ride around and look at houses. It's right there where this accident happened. And the lady had her blinker on turning into her driveway. Sadly was hit by a tractor and trailer who threw her into the path of another tractor and trailer, and sadly she lost her life. When you're that close to where you're going, about to turn in, and you lose your life, God's will, it is God's will, and it was a horrific accident. The road was closed for 4.5 hours. So please say a prayer for this family. I don't know them, don't know the history, don't know what kind of, you know, if she has children, whatever, but some precious lady lost her life on Highway 20 at the Cherokee Forsyth line yesterday. And it was just one of those horrific accidents. Don't know how it happened, but the first tractor and trailer hit her and threw her into the second one, and a terrible, terrible thing. So, well, today we're going to share something with you that I absolutely love. When I started doing the little blip it 4-minute Heart of the Homes here at ETC, I wasn't happy with that. I wanted to do it as a 30-minute program. And so we talked about it for a while and nothing came of it. So I went to Atlanta and I got a producer and we got to work, and then we went to WATC and then we went to WGGS, and we did that for years and we had so much fun. And because I have all these programs, I talked to Tim and I talked to Cole and I said, hey, do y'all have the ability? They said, yes, we do. So they have done a little bit of taking out our old commercials so we don't, you know, interfere with things that we're doing today. And we're going to share some of those trips. And those trips back are so much fun for me. Today we chose a program that has Pam McRae on it. And I've told y'all many, many times, Pam is one of these people, if you're feeling down and out, you need to spend 20 minutes with her. She has had all kind of medical issues. She's had all kind of problems. She lost her business because of the shutdown in 2008 when the economy just failed. She struggled and she tried, but she kept smiling. That is the cool thing about people. You see them facing some really crazy stuff, but they always greet you with a smile, and I think that's so very, very important, and Pam was one of those people. So when I have a sad day, when I have a crazy day, I think about Pam, or I pick up the phone and call her, and I talk to her, and she always makes me smile. So today we're going to share a Heart of the Home as we visited with Pam McRae. And this is one of those days, I think, if I get it right, I think we did this pie that was really, really simple. And today in the heat, nobody wants to be cooking. But I will tell you, last night, a neighbor brought us this huge bag of okra and a whole bunch of tomatoes and hot peppers. So I made gumbo. A lot of people don't like gumbo, but gumbo is like the one food, if you said, okay, Cherie, could you eat this 3 times a day? Oh yeah, I could. I would put shrimp in it and I would put chicken in it. Today I'm going to put shrimp in half of this and I'm going to put chicken in the other half. And then I'll have some to have for lunch at the office tomorrow. It is fantastic. It has okra and onions and fresh tomatoes. It's got a lot of antioxidants in it, and it really is low calorie, which is really, really cool. and it has chicken broth and salt and pepper and a little bit of butter, so it's really yummy, and Mama Lucy taught me this technique, how to make it, and it is so good. Now, a lot of folks don't eat okra, but I'm like an okra queen. I love okra, so it is one of my favorite things. And I'm gonna teach people how to do that, but right now we're gonna go to a commercial, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do a heart of the home that we did at Blackberry Ridge Eatery, and I think you're gonna enjoy this, and I think you're gonna like these simple recipes.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
When traveling internationally, know where you're going and what the environment is. Also, don't dress to stick out. Dress to blend in with the environment and the culture. Make sure that you put minimal information on your luggage tags. Airlines actually track your bags, which you can follow through your app anywhere domestically and internationally. Also have a medical plan. We have mobilized rescue systems. These systems are the only integrated medical technology that can integrate to your phone and be used abroad and domestically for any medical emergency that you have. If you have any questions or concerns about travel security or training, please contact Typeman International.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. Ignite Internet from ETC powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speed to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit etcnow.com to learn more.
Whether it's memories of your first trip to the local Dairy Queen or your daily visit for a $5 lunch special, the Jasper Dairy Queen has been a part of the community for over 40 years. Locally owned and operated, Jasper DQ is the place where specialty items often become favorites. Burgers, shakes, chicken tenders with yummy dip and gravy, and don't forget the rings and fries. Celebration cakes are always fresh and fast and include the awesome Blizzard cake. Stop by where folks are always meeting and eating, 515 at Highway 53. Just follow the crowd to the Dairy Queen.
On the front porch singing old familiar song. The tractor's in the barn and the pastures freshly mown. Looking through the screen door, the aroma draws you in to the heart of the home where old memories begin. The heart of the home is calling you in. Cherie's in the kitchen, cooking with her friends, sharing recipes together, stories and songs. making new memories, the heart of the home.
Welcome to Heart of the Home, away from home. Today we are in Fannin County, Georgia. I brought this young man on board about December 31st, January 1st.
January 1st.
January 1st, you started driving a motorhome for me. Kind of an accident. I got stuck in North Carolina at the world famous Possum Drop. You rescued me.
Possum drop.
Possum Drop.
What's a
today,
possum drop?
do we think we're going to have a possum recipe today? No, no.
I'm not going to eat it if we.
No, we're not doing possum today. But today we're going to talk about, since March, we have driven 11,000 miles. Actually, we haven't driven any. He's driven 11,000 miles.
And Scott Barker.
Yes, yes, and Scott Barker drove 9 miles of that. We've been doing churches, we've been doing gospel singings, featuring all the groups we love, the Diplomats, the Barker Brothers, Angel Spirit, Joy Masters. We have been going to your communities and showing up. Y'all have been showing out with some great, great food. Now this weekend is our first off weekend.
Yay.
Yay. We came off the set today from North Georgia Now Today. We are dressed appropriately in pink because your aunt battling breast cancer. My aunt, or my cousin, yesterday was diagnosed with lung cancer. We wore pink today in honor of all the people out there in this fight. We know that stress is a major factor in cancer, and we have decided to take this weekend to chill. We're going to be chilling, and my favorite place to chill is Fannin County, Georgia. We're in the Blackberry Ridge Eatery. What do you like here that Pam makes?
The famous, not on the menu, meatloaf sandwich.
That's right. You have to know somebody here to get it. All
That's
you have to
right.
do is say, send me Cherie special. I have a meatloaf sandwich on rye, you have it on white. That's what we always have.
With mayonnaise.
With mayonnaise, and I have mustard and ketchup. You're a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll. We seem to work together. You can drive anything, and you show out a little bit. You know, you've backed that motorhome into places I couldn't put a Pinto. And today, I described how I drove. I've driven the motorhome 26 miles, and I tense up. I get really tense. You just kind of chill and do your thing. But this is what the weekend is about, chilling time. So we're going to share with you some of the things we love about Fannin County. Pam is going to join us. She is the owner of the Blackberry Ridge Eatery. She is a dear, dear friend. Is she a hoot?
Oh, she's hilarious.
She is hilarious.
Love
so
that Pam.
anything goes with Pam. She will revitalize you. She will make you want to laugh. She is a great, great plays the piano.
She'll make
wonderful.
you want to come back to the Blackberry
She'll make
Ridge
you want to
Eatery.
come to the Blackberry Ridge Eatery. So when we're going to take a break now. We're going to come back, and Pam McRae is going to join us. She's got some recipes going on. And you know, one of the things I snuck and saw, a zero candy bar. What is she going to make with a zero candy bar?
I can't wait to find out.
I can't wait. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, Pam McRae will join us. We are coming to you from beautiful, beautiful Fannin County, where we will share the best of what Fannin County has to offer. Man, I loved being at the Blackberry Ridge Eatery. We're going to go back to the rest of that Heart of the Home in just a couple of minutes. But I want to remind you about an event that's going to happen September the 12th in Jasper at 6 p.m. September the 12th. The Day Springs Trio will be singing at the King of Kings Lutheran Church, and this is just on the corner of 515, right before you get to Philadelphia Road. And one of my dear, dear buddies, Miss Sandy, belongs to this church, and just a precious, precious event, and I hope y'all will all come. It's going to be a free concert. It is time we got outside and we enjoyed. Bring your lawn chairs and just come and hang out and spend some time with folks you know and folks you've never met before. Come and meet some new people. So let's do that again. That is September the 12th at 6 p.m. and we want you to be a part of that event. And it's going to be outdoors, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be encouraging to get outside and see some beautiful blue skies. If it rains, they would move it inside and do social distancing. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And again, that's Day Spring Trio, and I want you to be part of that. Okay, today, I really love sharing the Heart of the Homes that we have. I have all these programs, and I just said, I think it's time that we bring them out and we share them with y'all. It gives you a little something different, and it gives me a little bit of a break. And it honestly, when I look back on these days, were the happiest days of my life. I remember the first time I asked Freddie, I said, you want to come and co-host on the show one day? And he said, well, no, I can't do that. And I said, yes, you can. And he said, no, I don't think I can do that. I said, yes, you can. Y'all fell in love with him immediately. You love his humor. You love how he got me. You love his sweet smile, and everybody liked to hear when Freddie would sing a song in Country Roads or Smoky Mountain Memories, whatever he was singing. He started singing in churches. He started singing with his grandma. He loved singing and he loved sharing his messages. We've had so much fun, so many travels, so many trips, and now things are a little bit different. We are both settled in and not going and not doing, so it's a perfect time for me to pull out a little bit of Freddie and Cherie as we enjoyed those travels. We would travel in the motorhome, we would go to different events. We had so much going on and enjoyed every single minute of it. And to y'all who have been a part of that, thank you very, very much. I think about the churches we showed up at. I think about our happy memories at Salem number 2. We had so much fun getting to know the communities that we serve. So here we go. We're going to go back to my buddy Pam McRae. She owned the Blackberry Ridge Eatery. It was a wonderful, wonderful place to eat and one of my favorite meatloafs in the world. So here we go, back to Heart of the Home. Welcome back to Heart of the Home in beautiful downtown Fannin County. Now we're welcoming Pam McRae, the owner of Blackberry Ridge Eatery. One of my favorite places to eat, near cabins that people can rent for the weekend. And one of the things we've learned is they stop here on their way to their cabin. You want to entice them to come back the next day. So you offer some pretty neat specials, and you've got some prices going on that everybody can afford.
Yes, right now, to help with the economy situation, we're doing a $4.99.
Does anybody know the economy's in trouble?
Well, a
Just
few
a little
people
bit.
that come through here know.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But $4.99, you can
We're
get
on
your
bologna
drink, get out of
sandwiches
here.
2 days a week,
Yeah.
so I mean we know the economy is taking a hit.
Well, it's not a T-bone steak for $4.99, but it's
Right.
a good lunch where you can be waited on and have someone take care of you. Then we do our regular lunch specials too. What you drinking there?
Well, let me tell you, Little Blue Frog, purely because this 11,000 miles has whipped me. I finally got whipped. I want to be waited on this weekend. I want to be catered to. I want to come in here and I want to get great service and great food. Can you do that for me?
I think I can oblige you.
Good, good. I need that. A lot of folks need that when they come to the mountains. So you offer something you brought us today, a cold soup.
Well, I think sometimes...
Am I going to want a cold soup?
I think so. In the summertime when
You
it's
gonna want a
hot.
cold soup?
You know.
Well, in the summertime, it's better than a hot soup,
And you know,
I guess.
summertime rolls right through into the 1st of November now. So that
it does.
hot period is a long time. But you have late garden stuff coming in, and it's a soup that you can switch and mix and match. Nobody around here does cold soup. That's
No.
kind of for the city, you know. But us country folks can do that kind of thing.
Country
Well,
folks,
sure.
country
Yeah.
folks, city folks. Okay,
Anyway, it's-
impress me and we'll try to talk him into it.
Okay, it's a creamy basil soup, and the ingredients are really simple, and all you got to have is a blender or a food processor.
Okay.
And the easy thing about it is you just go to the grocery store and get you one of these plain yogurts. And you dump this into your, I should have had this already opened.
That's okay.
Anyway, you dump this in there.
Now, do you think the average man is going to eat a cold soup?
Well, we're
Nah.
gonna try it
I don't
out
know.
on-
What do you think?
I'll try it.
You'll try it.
Anyway,
Listen,
you take
he's
your
tried my
basil.
salmon patties. He'll try anything.
Right, I don't like salmon patties, I don't think. Anyway, you take your basil leaves, and you try
Okay.
not to get these woody stems. Just try to get the,
And did you
Leaves.
grow that basil or did you buy it?
sure, right out back here.
Right. Next to the cod
A
soup.
little bit of onion, that's always common.
Okay.
Little bit of cracked pepper, because I'm a cracked pepper kind of gal instead of the ground.
You know what Hans Rufert says about the shaking the pepper? He says you might as well put dirt on your food.
Yeah, it don't taste
He
good.
likes to crack it, yeah.
It's full of a bunch of junk.
that's what he
Anyway,
says.
and this is your favorite thing.
Oh my God!
That must be garlic.
There'll be no
Yeah,
sugar tonight.
You won't
Ooh,
be,
that
you
is
won't be
bad.
sugaring up to nobody after you have some of that.
Man,
So we're
that
just
was
going to put a
strong.
dab in.
Yeah, right.
And you know, most of these little gadgets, this comes out. Well, that right there is what you want it to do. And guess what? I
What?
should have done a practice run. I've never used this blender.
Uh-oh.
But anyway, just for the sake of the noise, you do that. And as you're doing that, you're going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil.
Now that was olive oil,
That was olive oil. And
Okay,
it
so
doesn't have to be
yogurt?
inexpensive.
yogurt,
Yogurt,
olive oil.
basil, and salt and pepper and a little fresh garlic. And all those things are pretty common.
You know
I
what
usually
I would
put
say
a
is
squeeze of
missing from
lemon, but I
that?
usually wait till, and I do that on the top of the bowl.
You know what I'd add?
What?
A tablespoon of blue plate mayonnaise.
Well, she's the mayonnaise queen.
I am the mayonnaise queen,
Which
and I
there's
use it
nothing
in
wrong with
cornbread,
that.
but I would add a tablespoon of Blue Plate mayonnaise.
Now, your measurements are going to vary because I did not measure my yogurt. So
Okay.
you just have to do a taste test. There's no other way.
Now that's full of garlic.
No, it's not full of garlic.
Okay.
It needs a little more pepper and it needs a little more salt.
Okay.
And since I skipped it the first time, I'm going to put my squeeze of lemon in there. And yes, if you put your hand in there, you can catch the seeds, but I'm lazy.
And if not, put it in the blender.
Exactly.
There you go.
And then Cherie can eat it.
That's right.
Anyway, and it makes a real pretty color, as you can see. You want to taste?
No, I
know
want
you
him
don't
to.
do garlic.
I don't do garlic. Okay.
That is.
Now look,
Is it
we,
That would be good. with,
we've not
meatloaf
finished
sandwich.
it.
Would it
Here's
really?
the finishing touch.
That would be good
Of
with.
course, I've
meatloaf
got a
sandwich.
king
I think
size
he's
bowl
hinting that he
here.
wants a meatloaf sandwich, Pam. I keep hearing the word meatloaf
Well, if
sandwich
you'll
out of
be
his
good,
mouth.
we'll get you one.
It looks great.
But this is what makes it so
Oh, it
cute
smells
for
good.
summer. You take a little garnish with the little tomatoes coming out of your garden, take you a little basil leaf, and you look like you're just a little gourmet chef. And you
Okay, now we're going to let
did
somebody in
that
the
for minutes,
audience
no
taste this. So when we go to a break, we're going to let somebody in the audience taste this.
Yeah, we're gonna try it out
It's
on
got to
all
be
of them.
somebody who doesn't have a date tonight, because I can smell that garlic, but it smells wonderful.
you have
Is
a
it good
personal
for you?
It's good. It's full of fat.
Full of fat. Great, great. Okay, well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to go to something I love. What did we talk about? The little things. This year, the little things in life mean more to me than ever. The little trips we've taken, the places you've taken me that I've never seen. We've been to Hurricane Mills to see Loretta Lynn. We've done little tiny trips that mean a lot. We do little visits like to your grandma, to different places, little things. We're going to introduce you now to a lady. Her name is Jennifer Brantley from Nashville, Tennessee. She has a song she wrote that is in my head. I can't get it out of my head. I hope when you hear it, you put it in your head, you call, you request it, you talk to your radio stations, and you say, hey, we want to hear about those little things. So we're going to take a break now and go to Jennifer doing little things, and we'll come back, and you're going to do something sweet for us. I will take a bite of a sweet thing today, okay?
All right.
We'll be back in just a minute, guys.
Real bad start for a brand new day. Everything's not going my way. Cars are backed up at that big light just turned green. Radio's playing my favorite song. This traffic is taking way too long, but the person
Welcome back. I hope you loved the song Little Things as much as I do. It is available on jenniferbrantley.com. Check out this young lady and find out, you know, she writes, she sings, talented, and life is about the little things. We learned that on the morning show. We have a lot of guests who is my favorite guest? Paige Orlinsky. Remember the little girl who had to have the kidney transplant? Do you remember that, Pam? Little things in life this year have grounded me, focused me, and made me look at the world a little differently. I think the economy has a lot to do with it. I think the new relationships in my life have a lot to do with it. Absolutely. Now, one of the things you wanted to share with us is dining and doing things for people on a shoestring budget.
Right.
How do you do that?
Well, don't get so bogged down in that you don't have a lot of money to fund it with. Try to be creative. You know, right now, summertime, vegetables are coming in. Fix you a little bitty menu that's conquerable. You know, don't overdo. Just because you're having some guests over, you don't have to have, you know, just do a few things and focus on it and do it well. We joked about this when we were talking about it. It was entertaining on a shoestring, even if you don't have the shoestring. Well, when I was getting my hair done this morning, no, I can't do this by myself. The little girl, Drew, who does my hair, she's wonderful. She said, I don't understand. So if you're too young, you don't understand the catch line shoestring, but I think you and I get it.
You and I get it because we're in that age. Yeah. And it is, don't give up everything you love. Find something little that you love and share with your neighbors. Now, that's one of the things. I like to cook and I like to share. His mom sent some pear preserves to the set today, and Angela actually sat on the morning show eating pear preserves out of a jar, didn't she?
Only in our area.
Only in our area would we do that. But that little gift of homemade preserves meant so much to her. You know, the only thing missing was your biscuits. We needed one of your biscuits, but Angela sat there with a spoon just dipping them out. Little things you can do to share with your neighbor, to share with your friends, invite somebody over. And you know, I cook based on what do we eat, what's on sale at the grocery store. We've had a lot of ribeyes lately. Because they've been on sale. And I buy, if ground chuck's on sale, then I make a huge meatloaf and I share it. Now, one of the things, you drive in the motorhome, I cook for what, 20 to 25 people normally in the motorhome. So I have to buy whatever's on sale, whether it be ground round or ground chuck, or ribeyes, or chicken. I buy a lot of chicken legs on sale.
And that's the first step in planning your menu around it. You've got to find your protein, so to speak, at a figure you can afford, and then just design around it. So like this dish right here, the chicken breast was what was on sale. So we took our chicken breasts and we grilled them. But the thing here with the shoestring entertaining, these are zucchini squash.
Out of somebody's garden?
Yes, local.
Wow.
And we cut them up to mimic a fettuccine noodle. So this is a carb-friendly entree for people who are trying to watch carbs.
Did you blanch those?
You blanch them, you cook them till they're just okay, you know, not quite mushy. And then you put your Alfredo sauce, and you know, you need to make your own Alfredo, but if you don't want to, they have some great stuff in the jar now.
I've seen it. Now let's talk about the calorie content of this. The worst thing about it is the sauce.
The worst thing is the sauce. So if you make your own sauce, you can make a good sauce and cut the calories. Or you
Why would you want to?
I don't know, I like that.
Come on, guys. Why would you want to?
But cutting the zucchini's nothing, you know, and you can grill your chicken. And you can have all this ready because you're entertaining. You don't want to be so wrapped up in what you're preparing that you don't get to speak to your guests, you know. So these are things that you can do. Your zucchini the night before, put them in some salt water, and they're ready to go, and all you have to do is drop them in the boiling water, you know, and you can Alfredo sauce already made or in the jar.
Now, is there Parmesan cheese on top of that?
There's Parmesan cheese.
Don't you love Parmesan cheese?
Yes, I do.
And you love mozzarella. So there you go.
Well, if you wanted mozzarella on that, it's yours. You can do what you want to with it.
So we get to test this?
Yes.
Oh, we're going to get to test this? He's here to test. You're here to test food, right?
This is one of my favorite meals that a lot of my customers have really enjoyed, that we've started being Heart Smarts, what we call it here. We try to run a Heart Smart special each weekend. So I've had to dig deep to get new concepts and new ideas on how to prepare a really fatty entree where it's still good. You know, fat-free is not much good, is it?
No, it's not. And fat-free is not good for you. Today we talked, I had my hair done today, and I'm losing a lot of hair. And she said it's because I'm on a very low-fat, no-sugar diet. I don't eat fat or sugar. And all of a sudden,
body
my hair is
needs it.
falling out. And she said, you got to start doing this. And I said, okay. I came off all this medication. I also came off fats, and now my hair's falling out. My nails are breaking and cracking, so it's important to have a certain amount of
Well,
fat.
the pamphlet that come along with that drink, Bullfrog, that you just drank, is supposed to take care of some of that.
Well, that's what they say, so hopefully that will work, and I needed the energy. Now, I've been kicked this week, and I could even tell it on the morning show. You know, I knew I was getting tired, and maybe it's because I'm not getting the protein I need. I don't know.
Yeah, you've been tired this week.
It's been tough, 11,000 miles of you driving, and I'm tired. I don't know what happened there, but
Spoiled rotten.
spoiled rotten I am. Yes, I am.
Well, Cherie's favorite candy bar is the Zero.
Zero.
I could have probably took the price tag off.
Oh,
of
that's
that.
okay.
But
Let's see.
anyway,
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
it takes 6 candy bars, and you can do any candy bar that you like. It can be Reese's. Here at the restaurant, we do Hershey Almond. That's the one we choose to do for our customers. But you take the candy bar of your guest's choice. That's a cute little thing you can add too. You can call them ahead and say, and by the way, what is your favorite candy bar?
That's what
now,
you
I
did
have this
today.
little restaurant bag, but you're going to have to get some Cool Whip.
Whipped topping.
But you
How
put
cool.
a whole container of whipped topping, and you stir the 2 ingredients together, which are the melted candy bars and that.
Did you melt
Anyway,
them in the microwave?
you can do it in the microwave. I did in this. I put this
I can
under a
melt them in
heat
my
lamp.
mouth.
But the good thing about this is you can take it so many different directions.
I hope she was not going to need that one.
No, I
Something
was
off.
not. You can. I was going to shave it on top, but I'll show you how.
No, go ahead.
This one here is
It's only got a little lipstick on it.
if you don't have any candy bars,
Oh, this looks
take
so
you
good.
some fresh fruit. Any way you want.
Look at
And
that.
there's the Hershey Almond. That's the finished product, and this
Okay.
is Jen's favorite.
Hershey almond and whipped cream.
Stirred together,
That's
put in
it.
there, and then we just decorated it. And
Okay.
this is the neatest tool in your house, Unitool. Take that candy bar that I was going to use, but Cherie ate.
Here, go ahead and use it.
Give me that
wow.
candy bar.
Mhm.
Crazy girl. Anyway, when you get your pie made, you just take this right here and go over your grate,
Want strawberry?
and it makes all these pretty little directions that relates to your candy bar. It's really a super pie.
It's so soft. I
You can
can't
twist
do
it any way you want. You can even you can do it with lime or lemon too,
So good.
by adding a pack of Jello. Lime
is
Jello, lemon
amazing.
Jello. Anybody can make this pie. You don't have to be a pastry.
And that's what it's all about. It's got to be simple. It has to be southern, scrumptious, and simple. That's my motto.
Somebody hold Jen back. She's fixing
Hold
to
Jen back.
take
I
it.
see her having a fit. Now, let me tell you something. Between the Blue Frog and this, oh yeah, I'm going to be traveling high tonight.
have to
This
run
is
you around the
awesome.
building.
This is awesome. Now, these simple recipes will be found on our website. Are you going to share these recipes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Are we going to share this with our audience?
Oh, yes. We're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
take this out and let everybody
I
get-
love the idea. I love zucchini.
I'm sure they won't eat this one after you stuck your fingers in it.
I don't think they care. I washed my hands before I got off the motorhome.
I just had to get that plug in there.
Yes, you did. Well, the motorhome is how we travel, and we want you to check it out. It's going to be on our website. Remember, heartofthehome.recipes.com. Right now, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a second, guys. Yay, I love that Zero candy bar. That is the easiest pie. And if you are trying to impress a young girl, I will show you how to do it. Miss Pam just showed you how to do it. You can just call her and say, hey, what kind of candy bar do you like? And if she says she likes a Payday, she likes a Three Musketeers, she likes the Almond Joy, you can then incorporate that candy bar in that simple pie recipe, and it is so easy to impress a woman, because all we want is a little bit of attention, a little bit of your time, a little bit of your, hey, that was a good job, you did a great job. It doesn't take much to make us happy, but you got to do it. Okay, condolences to a very special lady who worked here at ETC with us for a long time, Miss Karen Garcia. Love her to death. She now works over at LJ Tire. Sweet, sweet lady. Her mom sadly passed away this week. She had liver cancer, and it is one of those things. My late husband also dealt with that, and it was terrible. Tough thing to deal with. But to Karen, we love you. We are thinking about you. We are praying for you and your whole family. I know it's going to be a hard day, and to get through losing your mom. My mom passed away 18 years ago, and it seems like yesterday. I still remember the feel of my mama's hands the last time I held her hand. So those moms are something that can't be replaced. They are so precious. They are so that's your world. That's your mama. So to Karen, we love you, and we hope that you're going to be fine and that everything will be okay. Another family that I was thinking about today, I remember when I first moved to Jasper, Mabry gas station was down in Jasper, and it had full service, and I loved that. And Steve Mabry sadly passed away this week too. You know, we're losing so many people in and around these beautiful mountains, and so many family names that we've heard forever. They're going on to be with the Lord, and would we want to bring them back? No, not if you know that they're in the presence of the Lord. Why would you want to come back to this mess we're in? We're going to finish this little segment of Heart of the Home. This was one of my favorite programs. We brought, Freddie got in touch with Jennifer and brought her in from Nashville, and she and David came and stayed up at the cabin in Mineral Bluff. They brought their big dog. They had a blast. They loved being in these mountains, and they loved sharing their music with you. And we're going to do a little bit of that as we go back to Heart of the Home. Welcome back to the Heart of the Home in Fantastic County, Georgia. Blue Ridge, Georgia, McCaysville, Georgia, comes right over to Copper Hill. A lot going on in this area, a lot going on. The economy took a bad hit.
Sure did.
Tell me what we've talked about today.
Today we've just brought in a few ideas about entertaining on a shoestring, even if you don't have the string, which if you're too young to know what that means, email me and I'll help you
That's exactly right.
Anyway.
Now let's talk about who just appeared on the set. Your partner,
That's
Chris.
my partner, Chris.
Today we talked on North Georgia Now Today about battling breast cancer, battling lung cancer, standing up for the people we love by fundraising, by doing things we do to bring awareness. Chris has been out of work for a while. He's battling cancer. Want to talk about it a minute?
I'm actually battling the repercussions of cancer.
Right.
The chemo did some damage that they're having to go in and fix, but right now I'm, 21 months in remission.
Great news. Today we are wearing pink in honor of everybody who fought a battle, who is fighting a battle. We talked about it a lot this morning. It's a tough subject, but I had a mammogram yesterday. It is breast cancer awareness. It's time for everybody to do that. We encourage you to find somebody who needs a little support and support them. Now, one of the things you did was to invite maybe a caregiver over and have dinner for them. And you set your table with some odds and ends, didn't you?
Right. Just, you know, it's kind of hard.
Big budget, huh?
Yeah, it's hard to, you're not going to buy a set of dishes. And you know, you don't want to do paper plates always, and they're not really economical if you've got something you can use. But we just took different colored things, mixed and matched them, and, you know, it has to fit in with your entree and your salad and whatever you're doing. But we were doing the soup today, and we were doing the pie. Right. So this little ensemble of dishes worked fine. And we'll pass that over. We took some little candles that, believe it or not, came from a consignment shop.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of tied in some earthy colors that are on the rings of the plates. And the little napkins was some that I had bought years and years ago. And some little lady had just stitched the outer edges. That's all she did. But I have had them
a little home touch
forever. One Thanksgiving there was 12 at my table, and I decided we were going to do cloth napkins, and that was what I could afford.
Silly girl.
That's what I'm still using.
Well, that's
it turned out really nice.
It's a wonderful idea. In the last few months, we have met you. We've had such a great time with y'all. Thank you for the fellowship. Thank you for the wonderful meals. Thank you for the hugs. Now, we just got back from Bryson City, North Carolina. We had a great time. We'll be going out again next weekend. We encourage you, if you see our motorhome, do people pull up and honk?
They do.
Do they open the door and say, is she in there? They do. They do.
Even after dark, they'll get, pass us, go by.
Yeah, that's right.
Love signal out the window.
Yeah, it has been an awesome time getting to know you. I encourage you to get to know us by checking out our website, www.heartofthehomerecipes.com. Now, we're going to close today with a great song by Jennifer Brantley. She is an awesome up-and-coming star from Nashville. I hope you sit back and enjoy this. And remember, go to her website, jenniferbrantley.com. We will see you again from Fannin County, maybe from Pickens County, but we'll be back. We're going to be sharing what I love the most about our area, the restaurants, the cabins, and the people.
Right,
the people and the churches. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the area, the different things that you can do, whether it be going down a river raft or have a picnic here. Right. So a lot to do in Fantastic County in Blue Ridge, Georgia. We're going to sign off for now from North Georgia Now Today, every morning, Monday through Friday, and from Heart of the Home in Fannin County, we say bye-bye.
atomic power? Are we all in great confusion? Do we know the time of wrath? When a terrible explosion may rain down upon our land, bringing horrible destruction, blotting out the works of man. Are you ready for that great atomic power? Will you rise and meet your Savior in the air? Will you shout or will you cry when the fire rains from on high? Are you ready for that great atomic power? There is one way to escape it. Be prepared to meet the Lord. Give your heart and soul to Jesus. He will be your shield and your sword. He will surely stand beside you, and you'll never taste of death. And your soul will fly to safety in eternal peace and rest. Are you ready for that great atomic power? Will you rise and meet your Savior in the air? Will you shout or will you cry when the fire rains from on high? Are you ready for that great atomic power?
What a sweet memory. What a sweet memory. Jennifer Brantley is such a precious, precious soul. Loved having she and David with us. That was so much fun. She is actually an oncology nurse at Vanderbilt University. She does music and she is a full-time nurse and she is an amazing talent. Such sweet folks. And I would love to have them come back and visit with us again. It's so much fun to look back and see these memories and to remember the days that we created them. We had a very, very busy day. We did 2 shows up in Blue Ridge at one location, 2 at another location, and we were moving around. And poor Fred Wyndham managed it all. I don't know how in the world he did what he did, but he was a one-man show. He did it all. He had all the equipment, and we would travel, and we had an absolute blast. We were so fortunate to be able to share what we loved with the communities that we served. And when we think about WGGS goes up into the Carolinas, WATC all over Georgia, and we were so fortunate to get to meet and spend time with y'all, and those memories are precious to me. So I hope that it's been fun for you to go back and I'm going to challenge y'all. Make that pie. It is so simple, so light, so easy, and just put it in the bag like Pam did and make it really pretty and special, and choose their favorite kind of candy bar. One of the things when she was grating it on the grater, I thought about Freddie likes those peanut plank bars, you know, and I don't know, I've never tried it with that, but I may try it with something like that, having some nuts in it and then maybe drizzle some caramel on top of it, you know, because everybody knows a recipe is just a beginning. Now, these allergies are getting the best of me. If you live in Georgia, you're gonna find out. We got lots of blooming stuff all the time. Today we have folks in from Colorado looking at property. We had a closing with people from New York this week. We have a closing coming up with people from New Jersey. We have closings with people coming up from everywhere. If you move to Georgia, the first thing you learn is hot and humid. And if you have allergies, your allergies will kick up because we have something blooming a lot, like 11 months out of the year. And it does make the allergies crazy. When I think about all the flowers that I love, I was looking at a wedding yesterday and I almost cracked up because the girl had used the lilies that make me sneeze constantly. If I get around one of these lilies, I'm just a sneezing maniac. That's all I do is sneeze. And I was looking at her wedding bouquet and I thought, how in the world did a church full of people sit there when they had all those lilies that just absolutely would drive your allergies crazy? That's what flowers do. Working in a florist for 26 years, I used to smell those flowers, and I think that's why I had so many allergy problems for so many years, between my mama's chain smoking when she was pregnant with me, and then being tested as a child. I had every allergy known to man, and my allergies actually got worse. They tell you that sometimes they get better as you get older, but mine got worse, so it's really weird. But if you come to Georgia and you lived in Colorado and you had no humidity and you had no craziness with your allergies, welcome to Georgia, because you may get some allergies going on, because that's what we do. I want to remind you about the singing that's going to be on September the 12th at 6 p.m. Again, this is at King of Kings Lutheran Church. It is just off 515 headed from LJ if you're headed that way. It's just before you get to Philadelphia Road. If you're coming from Jasper or from Canton, it is just as you're coming through the red light at Philadelphia Road on your left. Very easy to find. But again, the singing is going to be the Day Springs Trio, and it's going to be September the 12th at 6 p.m. Please bring your lawn chair and be prepared to sit outside. They're going to do it outside, and that'll be just the perfect time to do it. That's actually the day after 9/11, and that should be a time that we should all have our focus on America. We should all have our focus on remembering 9/11. We should all focus on the fact that today in America we have to stop and not let the things happen that happened in the past. We have to make America a safe place to live. We have got to respect our flag, and you see the flag behind me many, many days. You see the honoring of our military. We honor our police officers. We support our police officers. And I'm going to throw something at you. You restaurant owners, if you own a restaurant, when I owned the Iron Skillet, I fed our police officers and wouldn't take money from them, because I believe that they are doing a job, and if I can afford a meal for them, then I think we should do that. If you have a restaurant in town, if you have a restaurant down in Jasper, if you have a restaurant, any of the local restaurants, why don't you honor our police officers and let's show them our support. Let's back the blue. And let's back the blue by offering them maybe a free dozen donuts if you own the local donut place. Let's do something to let them know that we really do appreciate, because if we think COVID has been hard for us just to be inside our home, somebody said, you know, we're being punished by being made to stay at home with our family and our children. That's not punishment. That's a time to get to know each other better, to spend time together, to enjoy each other's company. These police officers, these firefighters, these EMTs, the nurses, the doctors, they're the ones that have really fought for us. So if you get an opportunity, you know, if you don't own a restaurant, if you own something else, you could send them a thank you card, maybe with a gift card. There's something we can do to show our support, because they've kind of been thrown at the end of the road. I mean, it's been terrible at some of the things that have been said, defunding and not honoring them. And yes, a couple of cops made some bad decisions, but that happens, you know. If you've got 2 out of 1,000 that do something stupid, then everybody else pays the price for it, and that's not fair. That's not fair. I want to remind you too, to support your local newspapers. You know, it's one of those things. A local newspaper's been in our hand forever. When I look at the Times-Courier, when I look at the Pickens County Progress, when I look at the Sentinel, when I look at the papers from up in the different areas that we serve, I think it's an Observer too, I believe out of Murphy, North Carolina. There's so many local newspapers that we have depended on for years and years and years, and maybe you could give them a little shout out and tell them thank you for continuing to do what they do. It's very hard to maintain a business when the internet has taken over. The internet has certainly taken over in so many ways. Some good and not so good. Some not very positive. And we see a lot of things on the internet that I wouldn't want to hear. I was looking at some music that is played on the radio, and accidentally kind of listened to a little bit of something, and I heard all the stuff they're saying, and I thought, no, that's not the way it should be. You know, in written print, it should be good. In song, it should be good. It should be uplifting. It should be encouraging, and it should be about violence and murder and shootings and thugs. And I think we need to get back to a good life. And America has provided me a great life, and I'm so grateful for it. And I hope that you will sit back today and say a prayer for America. Say a prayer for our country. She deserves it. She has been amazing to us. We have been so very, very blessed. I think about growing up as a child in Orlando and the wonderful community that we lived in. I think about the friends that I made that I'm still friends with today. I think about growing up the rest of my life in Atlanta and then moving up into the mountains. So blessed. And only could I have done this in America. Only could I have, you know, I'm sitting in my office one day and a young reporter comes in and says, hey, we want to talk to you about doing a TV thing. And I said, are you kidding me? I don't have time. I took the time, and the rest is history. 16 years later, it's still fun. I still enjoy it. And I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. And to my buddy Susan, thank you again for my goodie. I love it. Thy will be done. I think that's a pretty appropriate saying, and I think we should all say it every single day. Lord, thy will be done. It is up to you. It is up to us to depend on you, and we have to depend on him. Please get back in your churches. If you are able, if you feel safe about it, wear your mask, do your cleaning, do your social distancing, but let's get back to church. Ball Ground First Baptist is open, and we have Sunday services. We would love to invite you to come and visit. Some of our folks wear masks, some of our folks don't, but we do social distancing, and it is a safe place, I think, for you to come and visit. If you can't visit with us, tune in on Facebook every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. Brother Jeff delivers a fantastic message. He's a good guy with an amazing family, and we want to invite you to come down and visit us in Ball Ground. And if you're in Ball Ground on Friday, come by my office. I'm right there at 280 Gilmer Ferry, United Country Talking Rock Realty. We have 25 agents to serve you, and I would love to see you. So come by. We might go out there to the Burger Bus and get us a hamburger. Come in and visit. Get out and visit all the tiny towns that we serve, and please support our local businesses. Our local businesses have struggled. Many of them did not make it. We hope that the ones that are still hanging on will continue to. And I hope that you will get back to working safely, happily, and enjoying every single moment of this great gift of life that we've been given. Please again say a prayer for all of those who are fighting COVID and who have lost their family members. It's going to be a tough day in Jasper, but it's one of those things. His will be done, and his will be done. So I hope that you've enjoyed our flashback to Heart of the Home. It's so much fun for me to go back to those moments and those memories and those good times. It was probably the most precious time in my life, and I was so very lucky to have met Fred Wyndham and taken this journey with him. He was amazing. He blew my mind because the little fellow never ate. We'd do 4 or 5 shows and he'd never eat a bite, and I'm like, Fred, how can you do this? Today he is battling to save his kidneys, and he's still working hard to stay healthy. He is an amazing man, and I have to say thank you, Fred. I could never have pulled off my life without you. I love you, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see y'all again right here on ETC, where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet. See you again later.
You gave me